modern Western civilization condones divorce, bro. If you're not happy with it, dip. Anybody can dip.
So that means we should.
Dad, please don't go. Please don't go.
Why are you begging your dad?
Please.
Why are you begging him?
What I can say is,
Please hurry up and leave this
I
house.
want to beat the man and beat the man and beat the
Yes,
wife.
what a man can do, a woman can do it better. Of what use are you are not helpful.
What a man can do, a woman can do it better.
Yes, a woman can do it better.
What a man can
Just
do.
to make fish, you could not.
Why would I make you fish?
Yes, why would you help me?
Why would I make you
Everything in
make
this
you
house,
fish?
we pay 50-50. Why can't you help me?
Well, so don't you work?
This is not Nigeria, this is abroad.
So because we're in abroad,
Yes.
I just want to help you to wash the plate.
I will go to work.
I just want you to wash plate.
So you go to
You are
work.
sitting and pressing on your phone.
You
And you
go-
want me to come and help you to
I'm pressing on my
come
phone.
make feed for you.
I will go to work, come back from my
If I'm in
next job.
Nigeria, you're going to tell me to
We
do that.
balance here, I will still make you breakfast, still make you lunch, still make you dinner.
If I'm in Nigeria, you're going to
People
tell me.
help, people to sweep the house, you
If
cannot
I'm,
help.
oh, don't tell the children.
You expected me to contribute 50-50 at the end of the month financially, but you also won't cook. I will still have to do those responsibilities, and I will still have to look after the kids as well. So I'm basically doing extra work.
That's not fair.
It's not fair, yeah?
Nah, that's not fair, bro. That's really not fair. The only time that would be applicable was if this man was working outright
Yes.
and she wasn't.
And she's the home.
She's the homemaker.
Yes.
She will stay home. She'll look after the kids. She'll cook. She'll do all these other things. If that were the case, fine. But she's also got a job. She needs to come back from work. And she still needs to do that, and you won't offer any help.
Yeah.
Bro, that's whack. You
Yeah,
can't do
so
that.
I looked at all this and I was just like, okay, cool. Because our opinion has always been, well, if, like you stated, if she's the one taking care of the house and everything, then fine, his responsibility is to provide. And she should be able to clean, take care of the house, take care of the everything else. But the fact that they're splitting things 50-50, that means even on responsibilities,
They must go halfies, bro.
they should go 50-50. But yeah, and also she says, so you think this is Africa, you brought your entitlement.
Yeah, with
to
you.
this. What do you think, how do you think of this dynamic, Western world and African world? Do you think to some extent our practices are a bit toxic? Because we expect the same woman, even here, to work as she can be earning and, you know, providing, helping out financially as well. And also we still expect her to take care of the household. How toxic do you think this whole thing is?
I think it's not toxic. I think it's just misplaced. I would say that it belonged to a certain time where the woman was economically unempowered.
Okay.
It fit perfectly there. It's misplaced in the sense that in today's world, that's not the case. The woman is as economically empowered, some might even argue even more economically empowered than the man.
That's true.
So it's not even like, you know, we had the right idea, I think, right? Honestly, because in our tradition, right, we as men went out, we worked, we did that, and a lot of our work was hard work, it was manual labor, we got really physical with it, you know what I'm saying? This is why maybe the women didn't go and do that, and we rather have them stay home and all that stuff.
And take care of kids.
But that's a bygone era, bro. Work is not always physical work. In fact, you could sit down and work without ever having to lift anything. You just do that on your laptop or your phone even if you want it, bro.
That's true.
It's misplaced.
Oh yes, you see, that's okay. That's another thing to look at. It's no longer work as in physical labor where it requires you to use your muscles and everything else. No, it's just mental power now.
Yeah, you could.
Where's the exhaustion in that?
You know what I'm saying? You could go to work. You know what? You could go to work and perform your duties and still be fine. Matter of fact, you don't even need to go places these days anymore. As long as you're somewhere with stable internet, you could work. And that's fine.
That's
you could
true.
submit
You
what
can-
you need
yeah,
to
you can
submit
even
for the
work from
day.
home.
You could work from home if you wanted to. So our practices just belong to a different time.
Okay, so would you say men that still expect their woman? Yes, we're living in the 21st century where women have equal rights as men, right? There's so much equality and there's somehow so many advantages for women now because of that, you know, the feminist movement and everything else. do you think it's still right? What would you think of men that are still upholding the bygone era or the years that are gone and their tradition as well? What would you say of men like that?
I think this.
Do you think they're backward?
I'll answer this in two ways because this question is twofold.
Okay.
Firstly, you mentioned that women have equal rights as men. I argue no, they do not have equal rights as men.
Okay.
And this is why I'll say that the very fact that there is a feminist movement to begin with, and the very fact that it's still prevalent
Or like
and still
there's an
existing,
institution to argue for the
do you know what
rights
I'm
of
saying?
women.
They are still fighting. That means they don't have equal rights as us. In the workplace, we don't want to lie.
That's fine.
That's cool. In the workplace, we do not have equal pay for work. Men and women, there's still that
Disparity.
thingy, that disparity between salaries. You know what I'm saying? I could go to work and have a female colleague, and I could earn more money than she does at the end of the month.
Okay, true.
It's still very possible. So that's the one thing we fail to ignore, right?
Yeah.
Which is maybe why I would go to this woman's rescue and say, look, dude, even if she's working, don't get it twisted, bro. She's kind of at a disadvantage still. There's so many more barriers for her to break down. Like, think about it this
then
way.
again, if you bring up the fact that, okay, cool, a lot of things have not really changed, even
Mm-hmm.
though we say they've changed, does that justify the reason why those old traditions should still should still be in practice?
They should not be completely demolished. And this is the second part of it. Do I think men who think like that are thinking backwards? I don't want to say they're thinking backwards. I just want to say they're thinking sideways, bro. Because they're not wrong in assuming that about their women. Because that's the fact of the matter. We don't want to admit it, but it's the fact. Women are still at a disadvantage. We don't want to admit it, but it still is the fact of life right
So
now.
that means they're not backward.
They're not completely backwards.
But the thing is, we don't want to perceive, they do not like to be perceived
They-
or told that, guess what, guys, you're still at a very big disadvantage. Because that's not how it's painted, Chris.
Exactly. And I don't think anyone who is in a vulnerable position likes to be reminded about the same again
Exactly.
and again and again. It gets annoying. You don't want to hear it. It's like the whole race card thing, bro. You know, people of color in some places are in a disadvantage.
Big
but
time.
do they want to hear it again and again? No, they don't. They're like, nah, we know, I know. Don't tell me. I know. That's the same kind of attitude. So these guys that are wanting their women to do this, I would say that you need to understand the time you're living in. You've got to be a bit more sensitive than that. This is rules that were made for a bygone era. It's not even just like an African thing, bro. I feel like it was a universal thing.
No, it's not an African thing. I
Yeah.
was just comparing it because the two couples are from like
They're from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Man, like, as for him taking his tendencies from Nigeria and taking it to Canada, that's not completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's embracing his culture. He's keeping his identity alive. You don't want to lose who you are as a person, even if you migrate.
Yeah.
But you must take the good with the bad. And he quite literally did. He took the good, and then he also took the relatively not so good in saying that, nah, my wife, even though she works, still has to do this and do this and do this and do that. So
Okay.
I don't fully support that. In fact, I'd say we need to change that.
So he needs to adjust.
He's got to make an adjustment,
But the
bro.
problem is, bro, okay, this is also an issue I looked at, is, okay, for people that are living abroad, when you tell them to adjust, to some extent you're telling them, let go of your old tradition, because if you adjust in one area, then you should be able to adjust in other area.
True.
Compromise in other areas as well, because you just can't compromise in one area and not compromise in the other.
That's true.
So it's more like a domino effect. When you kick one little domino chip, everything just has to go down, right? So you find that when you tell these people, oh no, you just have to adjust, to them, basically what you're telling them and how they're interpreting this whole thing is, guess what? Leave your old and accept the new, which is bad, because now it's sort of like it puts them in a very unstable position, because now they feel as if they are not in control of anything.
Okay. I can understand where you're coming from.
Because now you have to compromise on your kids. You can't just tell them whatever to do.
You got to raise them differently now.
You're going to have to raise them differently. Okay, what would you say? How do you think African people that are living abroad can find a balance in this? Because one, if you forgo one, you have to forgo everything.
I would say the only constant in life is change. You need to adapt. And if that means compromise, then so be it. Then so be it, unfortunately.
Okay, bro. She walks in at 22 right now. Like,
Okay,
bam.
yeah. What time did her job finish?
It finished at 4.
4.
Yeah.
Where has she been for the past 8
I went
hours?
to chill with my friends.
Because that's the norm in the country.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fine. Do I know your friends?
Yes, you know some of them.
Did you tell me you were going to go there before you went?
Well, it's the norm.
It's the norm.
Yeah. Even if I did,
I can't do anything about it.
yeah, what you gonna do?
No, but then that's where we must differentiate between society and the household.
No, but it's compromise, no? Did you not compromise on everything?
You compromised, yes, fine. But then even in the compromise, there's got to be rules, bro.
But do you see the blurred lines here?
I can see the lines blurred, but somehow they're solidifying again.
I
Because
doubt.
here's why. This is what I
Why?
say. Some things, because your argument was if you compromise on one, there's a domino effect.
Exactly.
Okay? To some extent, I believe that, not completely.
Okay.
I do believe you can compromise, but not completely as well.
Okay.
You can compromise and still hold back some things.
I actually don't see that. I feel like it leaves you in a very uncomfortable position, bro.
You must be comfortable with being uncomfortable then. You must be comfortable
Okay.
with being uncomfortable.
Exactly. Be uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. Guess what? You're uncomfortable with the fact that she walked in it.
So I'm comfortable with her being
No,
coming
but
in.
that's what you said.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah,
be
yeah. Comfortable with being
uncom-
uncomfortable.
Guess what? Be comfortable with the uncomfortability.
Yes, then I will remove myself from that position of uncomfortability. then.
How?
Or, in fact, here's one better. I will recomfort myself in that space where there's uncomfortability. How will I recreate this comfort?
How?
I can ask her to leave my house, bro. Boom, comfortable, just like
But
that.
Chris, we accepted the modern Western civilization.
Modern
where-
Western civilization condones divorce, bro. If you're not happy with it, dip. Anybody can dip.
So that means we should also be practicing those as well now.
If you're not happy in a relationship, if according to our belief system, right, which is the Christian faith, we know the reason why one divorces his wife.
That's true.
We know why. Yeah, I don't need to remind you. You
Yeah.
know it. I know it. What is the societal reason for divorcing somebody?
It can be the most pettiest
Take
thing.
your pick, bro. Exactly. Take
the
your
pettiest thing,
pick.
yeah.
So now, if you are going to be in a situation like that, and I'm arguing for the situation, take your pick, bro. You're not comfortable with her walking in at 10 p.m. although she finished work at
So
4.
that means, which means,
She can hit the horror, bro.
so that means they can also take his pick in this situation. Going back to this old situation, he can say, no, it's fine. You can continue doing. Do you think we will just conclude on this to say, okay, cool. I think every house should do as they please.
Every house should do as they please according to what they believe is right and according to
What works for them.
What works for them.
Okay.
Of course, you can't do nothing illegal. Like, I mean, come on.
I know,
Yeah,
but so that means for some households, I think it's just the way in which you structure your households. For
It's
some
relative, bro.
For some households, it's fine. She's tired. She can still cook and everything else. Take care of the kids. Bedtime. That time, the guy is just seated watching TV.
If that
It's
works
okay.
for you,
if it works
it's
for
fine.
you, it's okay.
We're not saying it's wrong.
Because I think this whole thing is so complex. Because I'm trying to find a way in which we can somehow come to that, that line where we agree on things, but it's so complex.
I think we can agree to disagree. You can agree that I believe, okay, I'll say my piece, then you can say your piece. I can agree to say that I don't agree with what he's doing.
Okay.
In his situation, I get what she's saying. Like, I understand what she's saying, bro. We both work. I've always painted this picture. If I work and my wife works as well, and we get home, let's say one person gets home before the other,
Yeah,
that person should start the cooking at least, no?
that's okay.
Then I'll come and I'll help you with the prep. or something along the lines. Bro, I'm not going to be that guy where you're going to do all the cooking and I'm just going to chill and not do anything. Because personally, I wouldn't do that. That's just me.
Okay.
What do you say in that situation?
Okay, in the same situation, I think I'm going to take, on that part, I'm actually going to take your point as well. I'm agreeing with you. You can't just be expected, sir. You sit, you come home, you take out, and that time you're throwing your shoes everywhere. You take your socks and just throw them everywhere and sit and watch TV while she prepares things. No. That's a no. If we expected to go 50-50 on finances, we should also be able to go 50-50 on other chores and responsibilities as well. I agree on that. My part was where we compromise certain, certain things that we hold dear to, right? Because now it's a Western culture, right? And I was arguing for the fact that other people, I was not arguing for me. Other people will state to say, no, but this is my culture. And there's a fear that if I forego certain parts of my culture, I should actually just forego everything. Hence the domino effect. You see, other people argue that. And not only that, if they compromise in one area, they need to compromise in every other area, and it leaves their culture so unstable, they might as well just forget about their culture and embrace a foreign culture. So I was arguing on those people because other people argue on that. To say, no, a woman's responsibility is this, regardless of whether we provide him 50-50 or not. This is this. So now, my question was still, how do they find a balance? How do they come to terms with that? And of course, we didn't find anything. I think it just goes back to what works for you.
Works for you.
Works for you.
Simple as that.
But as for me personally, I don't condone this guy's behavior. But guess what?
No problem.
Yes.
No
And you
problem.
want all of us to share everything 50-50.
But I want to share it. Are we not working?
But you can.
Are we not working?
But you cannot help in the house.
Are we not working?
And you will not help in the house. You
Are we not working?
Yeah,
I'm not supposed to do everything for you.
Okay, I'm working. Are you not working too? Why can't you help? Why can't you help and cook and do all
I
that?
can't help and cook. I should help you to help you.
Amanda, go upstairs. Go upstairs. Can't you help? Can't you help? You will not help. You can't do everything. I will do everything. Cook, wash your clothes, do everything. Are you just?
I don't have children in this house. How many children do I have in this house?
Forget about your children. Are you big for nothing?
This is my disgust, like in all this thing. Like I was irritated. And this is where we find a link to all the episodes.
What were you irritated with?
This is for content.
Oh, I was gonna ask you where the camera. Why was there a camera there? Like I was really gonna ask you because I'm like, it seemed too perfect.
You get me, right?
Did you get that? It seemed a bit like a movie for me.
Yeah.
It seemed kind of like a movie. So you mean to tell me they did that whole song and dance, but it was just for content?
Bro, I was just so irritated because I got to find out. So, guys, this is what you're doing for content, man.
That just gives me the ick, bro. Cause like
Yeah, bro.
that's cringe. So they did all of that for content.
In front of their kids, even.
Were the kids in on the thing or not?
I think the kid was in on it, but regardless.
Yeah, if the kid was in on it, it's fine. But still, give me the ick because, like, listen, we know, bro, we know. Like, there's no point of you trying to make us look bad, like, or make anyone else look bad. You know, you're misrepresenting a lot of people by doing what you did just now.
I know. Like, it feeds into the whole thing. Guys, what culture are you people creating? For content creation, you put yourself at such a display, like,
Bro.
in a vulnerable state where you're even exchanging words and insults.
Bro, the state of modern day relationships is confrontational.
No, but this and worse, they are married, bro.
No, but think about the propaganda, bro. That's exactly what I spoke about just recently, right? The state of a healthy relationship is one that is mired by conflict and disagreement and butting of heads. It's like, excuse me, it's why you find many people saying, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to give this a skip. It's why you get people saying love is toxic, because this is what they want you to think.
So these people are actually feeding into that agenda as
They're
well.
feeding, I don't know whose agenda it is. I really wish I did, But
No one knows whose agenda it is. We just know the algorithm promotes a lot of this.
exactly, the state of relationships is confrontation. We just want to be confronting each other. It's like we're at a state of war, which is why early in the year when we first started out here, I was like, gender wars and stuff, we are far from done with that, bro. We haven't
actually
even
not
seen
done
the
with
last
it.
one. And there it is, my prediction. It's like I had magical
You're right, yeah,
foresight.
yeah. We actually
There it
not
is,
done-
gender-based thing with this honey on Twitter and everything. It's gonna keep happening, bro. It's gonna keep happening.
Guys, that's it from us today. I guess this was so interesting. Any final words, Chris?
Nah, not really. I think said what I needed to.
You good with everything?
Yeah, I'm good with everything, bro.
Okay, cool. I'm done. I'm done. I'm so exhausted. I am done. Guys, we'll see you in the next one. Please don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to leave your thoughts. Your thoughts, yeah. See, I'm even forgetting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to leave your comments below. We really like to know your thoughts on this whole matter, this whole thing, and tell us what you think. Yeah.